Good morning, this is Frank Killen again. I'm putting a video on about some stories about the old days when we was trucking out across the West. When I first started hauling meat west, we didn't have interstates all the way out. We would run to California, either across 80 or 80 to 15 and down, or down across 54 to 10 or 70 or wherever we was going. We was hauling meat to California, across 40. But it used to be pretty tough in the old days. A lot of them called us outlaws. We'd load meat out of Iowa, get out of there on a Saturday night and deliver in LA or from San Francisco or Oakland, somewhere 5, 6 o'clock on Monday mornings. Fight through the snow and the wind, and Wyoming was always a pretty nasty area for us, but we'd make it, and I wasn't the only one. There was a bunch of us back then. We'd talk on the CB and keep everybody awake and run across there. We had a lot of good times, a lot of rough times, but we all have stories about back then when we'd have tough times getting through Wyoming and Utah and Nevada. We're all getting old now, so it's a lot of us don't want to forget the old times. So I just thought maybe there might be some other drivers out there that want to get on here and talk also about things we used to do back then and trucks we drove. When I first started running California, I had an old cab over International, had a 50-gallon tank on each side. Back then we fueled at the bingos because they'd give us a free steak sandwich or free drinks, whatever, if we'd buy 100 gallon of fuel. So we'd run them low and jump from every other bingo truck stop from Iowa to California. We'd stop, like I'd say, every 150, 200 miles to a bingo and fuel. That's how we'd eat our way out, and by buying fuel from the bingo truck stops. Sometimes we'd have to lay over for hours and hours because the roads would be shut down out there in the wintertime. But it was, look at it now, we survived some pretty tough times, but we had some pretty good times too. A lot of drivers knew each other by CB handle. You see one guy sitting along the road, you'd see 5 trucks around him trying to help him, tools and parts and filters and things like that. And now if you're along the road, you're lucky if they even change lanes to pass you. So the trucking's come a long ways. Used to, you go into a truck stop, they had a seating area for truck drivers and you was served first so you could get on with your run, and good food. It was just some good old times, and nowadays it just seems like nobody has time for each other, and it's gotten pretty tough out there. Nobody talks on the CB radio. Nobody even gives you the time of day. So, but that's all I'll say for right now. I'll get back on here in a few days and put something else on here. Anybody else wants to get on here and put something on it, they're welcome to. Thank you.